Hello, this is a lecture. In this lecture, we have to see the block diagram detection rules, remaining 5 rules. In the previous lecture, I have covered 5 rules. The total are 10 rules, so 5 are remaining. So, I will start with rule number 6. The rule number 6, what is the rule number 6? Shifting of take-off point before block. Okay, now what is the present system? The present system is like this. Suppose this is the R of S, this is C of S. Here one more output, two outputs. This is called single input multiple output, SIMO, single input multiple output system. Outputs are C of S main output, secondary output, G of S. Now C of S equal to R of S into G of S. So here R of S into G of S. And what is the Y of S? Same signal is available here. So Y of S equal to R of S into G of S. Suppose for some purpose there are two bathrooms are there. From both the bathrooms, suppose if it is a 30-degree water, 30 degrees Celsius, suppose it is a heater, it heats and makes it, for example, whatever you are setting 45 degrees Celsius or 50 degrees Celsius. Due to lack of space, I want to shift this take-up point, this is a take-up point, see before the block. Now, you see what are the changes are required. This is G of S, here this is R of S. Now I use C of S equal to this input into G of S, same output, same degree of, same temperature of what you are getting, but here you are getting a cold water because R of S. So I am missing what? If you compare this and this output Y of S, I am missing G of S. I am missing means I have to multiply. So I want to add one more heat. Here I add one more heater. Here I am getting R of S, multiplying by G of S, one more heater. I will get same value. Both are equivalent system now. So here cost is increasing. You are added one more heater or one more G of S. This is called rule number 6. Next, rule number 7. Now the shifting of take-up point is over. Now I will shift the summing point. Rule number 7. Shifting of summing point before block. Suppose this is the present system, given system. R of S input and maybe X of S plus, or it may be minus also. Now I will get C of S equal to, here the signal is R of S into G of S. So here R of S into G of S plus X of S. This plus this. Now due to the space problem, I will shift this, what? I will shift this summing point before block. Now this is R of S. Here this is X of S, and here plus, and here G of S, here C of S. Now here, what is the input here? R of S plus X of S, correct? Then what is the C of S? multiplying with g of s, r of s plus x of s. So ultimately g of s into r of s plus g of s into x of s. Okay, this is a final. But if you compare with the, I want this system same output. Here unnecessarily I am getting g of s with respect to x of s. So here I want to remove g of x. You compare this. So how to remove the multiplication factor? By dividing. Where I will divide? I will go to x of s. I will go to x of s. Then I will use a, instead of heater, I will use a cooling element 1 by g of s. 1 by g of s. Then here x of s. You see here r of s, x of s divided by g of s. Now multiplying this divided by g of s. While multiplying g of s get cancelled, I will get the same out. Now both are equivalent system. What you have done? Additionally, one more block you have created. Practically you have taken one more element, exactly reverse what it does. If it is increasing the speed, you are decreasing the speed. Okay, so this is rule number 7. Now the rule number 8. The rule number 8, one more summing point, instead of before block, I will shift after the block. Now rule number 8, shifting of summing point, instead of before block, I will take after the block. Now the present system r of s, x of s. Okay. Can take minus, no issue. Minus. And here g of s and here c of s. Now here you see here what is the output? R of s minus x of s, because it is a adder or a summing point. Now what is the c of s? This into this. Okay. So that is ultimately c of s equal to r of s, g of s minus x of s, g of s. Now, due to space problem, I will shift this summing point after the block. Now I will take a block g of s with whatever the value, the input r of s. Now this is a summing point. I will take a summing point with sign plus minus as well as the input x of s. Here what is the output? R of s into g of s. And what is the c of s? R of s, this input minus x of s. Here you see here, I want g of s. Here g of s is missing. The heater is missing with respect to g of s. You compare above given system and your system. So that I will go to x of s, I will add a heater g of s. Now here I will get g of s into x of s. Definitely I will get the same file. Both are now equivalent system. This is rule number 8. Now finally the rule number 9 and 10. But usually in the problem you try to avoid the rule number 9 and 10. These are called critical rules also. Now rule number 9, critical rules, rule and 10. Now shifting of take a point with respect to summing point. So now shifting of take a point after the summing point. Now you see here there is a R of S, and here there is a summing point, take a point, here X of S, here C plus plus, here this is C of S, and here Y of S. This I can call MIMO, multiple input, multiple output system, MIMO system, because R of S and X of S are input, Y of S and C of S are output. Now what I'll do here, R of S plus X of S. Now here Y of S is what? R of S. Okay, this is a present system. Now I'll shift this after the summing point. Now here this is the R of S, here plus X of S. Now my take a point shifting after the summing point, C of S, R of S plus X of S, and here also same value. Here you see the above equation. Okay, C of S is same, but Y of S I need only R of S, but plus X of S is adding. To remove plus X of S, I'll go for subtraction of X of S. So X of S is already available here. So whenever there is a addition and subtraction, I need one more summing point. Here I am getting R of S plus X of S. So X of S is available, but I want minus. I'll write minus here. So now this plus X of S. So automatically X of S will cancel, and I'll get Y of both are now equivalent system. Both are called equivalent system. Here in this rule you are created one more summing point, so that what I am suggesting, you don't apply rule number 9 and 10. Without 9 and 10 also you can solve the problem. Now next rule, the last rule, there is a rule number 10. The rule number 10. Now in the previous case, you are shifted after the shifting of take up point after the summing point. Now shifting of take up point before summing point. Now I'll take here R of S, here plus X of S, R of S plus X of S, and here that is Y of S is equal to R of S plus X of S. Suppose I need a same temperature of water, or whatever the same output, it may be temperature, it may be pressure, okay, it may be displacement, same both. I'll use a different application, but now due to the space problem, I want to shift this take up point, this is called take up point before summing point. This is called a summing point. Now the summing point, R of s, here x of s, okay, here C of s is remain same, R of s plus x of s, and here that is what? Y of s. Now Y of s is R of s, because here the signal is available R of s only. I want you check the above system, C of s equations are same, but Y of s, now I am missing plus x of s. Here I need a plus of x. Whenever I need addition and subtraction, so you have to create one more summing point. I have to create one more summing point. Here R of s I am getting, x of s is already available, here x of s, so I need addition, so plus x of s. Now y of s, both the equations are same, C of s, both the equations are same. Now both are called equivalent system. This is a 10th rule. So totally in this lecture I have covered 5 rules, in the previous lecture I have covered 5 rules. Totally there are 10 rules. By using 10 rules I can solve any problem. At least by using 8 rules I can solve any problem, even if you not touch 9th and 10th rule. You try to avoid. Okay, without using 9th and 10th rule also apply. In next lecture I will solve the next 2 lectures. I will take a 2 or 3 lectures to solve the problem. In next lecture 2 problems, next lecture 2, and next lecture 2 problems. Okay, I hope you understood all 10 rules. Thank you.